Hi, I'm Vicky. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be going through the Daniel Smith 24 hand-poured watercolour half pan set in a metal box with the bonus free metal box of 24 empty half pans. So it comes in this palette, and this is the empty palette, but there is also a hand-poured half pan palette that is completely full, and they both have the Daniel Smith logo. I'll be swatching them in this Field Watercolour Journal by Handbook Paper Co. You can see the two metal palettes there. Let's get started. Now I'll be doing this in real time. I have some washi tape here by a company called Umber, and I purchased this on Amazon. And it was very inexpensive for these rolls of washi tape. I think they were under $10 Australian, all told. You get this free scraper, which is really cool. I don't have one of these at the moment. I've lost my other one. So this is the gold washi tape. So I've gridded everything up ready to go. You can also see I have my 24 hand-poured half pans open there on the left. And it comes with a swatch palette, which is plastic, which is ideal because if I get any paint on it, I can just easily wipe it off. Now I'm looking at which brush I'm going to use. I've gone for this Princeton wash brush, which is about the same size as the rectangles. I'm going to put some music on and come back in and talk over the soft music from time to time. I'm wetting my palette and I'm ready to go. The first colour is Buff Titanium. This is a granulating colour. It is semi-transparent, and on the scale of non-staining to staining paints, where non-staining is 1, low staining is 2, medium staining is 3, and high staining is 4. This ranks as a 1, which means there is no staining with this, or non-staining. I'll be doing this tutorial in real time, as I find this was probably the most helpful way of showing you how the paints react with the substrate and how they react with the amount of water that's on my brush. This is Hansa Yellow Light. This is a semi-transparent colour. On the non-staining to staining scale, this ranks as 2, which is low staining, and it is not granulating. I have this swatch book, which I call my play swatch book, and I'm going to put this over on the right hand side just to discharge the pigment from my brush so that I'm not putting it into my water jar and then washing it down the drain. And it's my play book, I guess you would call it. This is Quinacridone Gold. Quinacridone Gold is transparent, it is granulating, and on the non-staining to staining scale, it ranks as 2 at low staining. Now you can see I have the stronger colour to the left, and I'll be drawing them out with some water on the right. You will also see me reach my hand across to discharge that pigment into my I guess it would be my play swatch book, just to very quickly wipe it off onto one of the pages over there, just to save on pigment. In my play swatch book, I have virtually every media type that I have swatched out very quickly, very messily. It's just for fun. But I wanted to do a proper swatch in my handbook here. The next colour is Hansa Yellow Deep. This colour is semi-transparent. It is not granulating, and it scores as a 2 on the non-staining to staining scale as low staining. The next colour is Pyrrole Scarlet. This is not a granulating colour. It scores as semi-transparent and a 3 on the non-staining to staining scale as medium staining. The next colour is Permanent Alizarin Crimson. This is a transparent colour. It is not granulating. It scores as 3 on the non-staining to staining scale as medium staining, where 1 is the lowest staining colour and 4 is the highest. This comes towards the higher end of the scale as 3 medium. The next colour is Quinacridone Rose. This is a transparent colour. It is not granulating, and it scores on the non-staining to staining scale as medium at a 3. The next colour is Ultramarine Blue. This is a transparent colour. It is granulating, and on the non-staining to staining scale, it scores at 3 as medium staining. The next colour is Cerulean Blue Chromium. This colour is semi-transparent. It scores on the non-staining to staining scale as low staining at 2, and it is granulating. The next colour is Phthalo Blue Green shade. This is a transparent colour. It is not granulating, and it scores on the non-staining to staining scale at 4 as high staining. The next colour is Cobalt Turquoise. This is a semi-transparent colour. It is granulating, and on the non-staining to staining scale, this scores at a 1 as no staining. The next colour is Phthalo Green Blue shade. This is a transparent colour. It is not granulating, and on the non-staining to staining scale, it scores high at 4. There are 2 high staining colours in this set. One is the Phthalo Green Blue shade, and the other one is the Phthalo Blue Green shade, who both score 4, which is the highest level of staining. The next colour is Sap Green. Sap Green is a granulating colour. It is transparent, and it scores on the non-staining to staining scale a 3 as medium staining. And I'm going to bring in that swatch book and show you how I've been discharging that pigment over here just very quickly to clean the brush. And it gives me another book with swatches in it. The next colour is Perylene Green. This is not a granulating colour. It is semi-transparent, and it scores on the non-staining to staining gauge as a 3 as medium staining. I'm letting that dry a little before I add the water. So I'll come in with the Undersea Green next. This is a granulating colour. It is semi-transparent, and on the non-staining to staining chart, it comes in as a 3 at medium staining. Just going back and adding some water to that Perylene Green. And now coming back in with some water for the Undersea Green. The next colour is Raw Sienna Light. This is not a granulating colour. It is semi-transparent. And on the non-staining to staining gauge, this comes in at a 1 as no staining. The next colour is Yellow Ochre. This is a granulating colour. It is transparent, and on the non-staining to staining chart it comes on as a 1 at no staining. The next colour is Goethite Brown Ochre. I think that's how you pronounce it. It is granulating, it is semi-transparent, and on the non-staining to staining scale it comes in as a 2 at low staining. The next colour is Indian Red. This is the only opaque colour in this set. It comes in as a number 3 on the staining scale. From non-staining to staining it comes in at medium, and it is a granulating colour. The next colour is Quinacridone Burnt Orange. This is a transparent colour. It is granulating, and on the non-staining to staining scale, this comes in at 2 as low staining. The next colour is Burnt Sienna. This is semi-transparent, it is granulating, and it comes in as a 1 with no staining on the non-staining to staining chart. I do apologise that this is a little bit off camera here. I didn't realise I could have just pushed this book up a little bit and you would have been able to see the entire bottom row, but you can still see the colours, and I will give you a still shot or two of this once it's dried and all the washi tape's removed, so you can see the entire chart. The next colour is Burnt Umber. This is a semi-transparent colour. It is granulating, and on the non-staining to staining chart, this comes in at a 2 as low staining. The next colour is Raw Umber. This is a granulating colour. It is semi-transparent, and on the non-staining to staining chart, it comes in at a 2 as low staining. The next colour is Jane's Grey. This is a semi-transparent colour. It is granulating, and on the non-staining to staining scale, this comes in at 2 as low staining. Again, I apologise, you'll be able to see this once I show you the still shots when this has all dried and the washi tape is removed. Before my swatches were completely dry, I decided to come back in and improve some of that full mass tone on the left side of each of the swatches so that you were getting more of a feel for the true pigment. And just to tidy it up too. The paper is still damp, so it's a good opportunity for me to get in and just clean up any of the pieces that I wasn't completely happy with. And I'll speed this up. So here it is dry as promised. You can see I've written my notes on the top. Here's the other swatch book I was working on at the same time as I was reaching across there. And I've just put in plenty of notes, and you can see I've discharged the pigment there rather than lose it into the water jar. Here are the tins, here is the box, here is what it looks like. I am absolutely thrilled with these paints. There is absolutely nothing bad I could tell you about them. I just think they're wonderful. Thank you so much. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.